Hi, this is Lucy, your clarity coach, and this is Tuesday Talks at 3. Welcome to the October Personal Audit Series. You see, the corporate world right now is going through, if they haven't already done, the appraisal process. It could be a one-on-one, it could be 360 degrees. They're doing this so that they can be able to enhance their growth in their manpower. So they know that their strategic objective plans are being followed and that they have the right team. And you can do this for yourself too. Whatever it is that you have as your goals, your vision, your ideas, your desires, the things that you want to do, you should be able to put yourself in a situation where you have a personal audit. A personal audit to help you grow. This is your personal growth, to enhance that. And also to enhance your mental wellness. And this is key for anybody who wishes to be a better version of themselves. And this is what Personal Audit Series is all about. It's about just checking all the things that we have done over a period of time. Whether you are following the calendar of January to December, or you are following 90 days, 30 days, or you're following even 5 years or 10 years. These topics that I am bringing to you, which are 5 in total, will help you for your personal growth, because it helps you to conduct this personal audit for that main purpose of celebrating successes and identifying areas that need your attention. So as I said, there are 5 episodes. We completed the goal achievement episode where we talked about reflection, analyzing, and personal improvement plans. And this will be a continuous theme as we go through all the 5 topics of the personal audit series. Today, we are looking at skills and knowledge enhancement. How will that play in to the areas of awareness, growth, and the future? Because it's about starting from today with your situational analysis, I beg your pardon, and building from there to the future. What can you do today to enhance that future? Then we will move on to our last 3 topics of the month of this personal audit series, and we'll be looking at financial health check. We look at your health and your mental well-being. We look at your time management and productivity analyses. And those are going to happen in the next 3 Tuesdays. Last week's episode on goal achievement is already up on our YouTube channel, which is LMC Consultancy. You want to go hop on there and just be able to subscribe and like and share with us. In fact, share with others, people who can benefit from these sessions that we are sending over to you. Well, one other request I have for you, or an opportunity rather, is all you have to do is click the request to join for a chance to join me here and engage with me on a one-on-one. Now, in this episode, we seek to reflect on the new skills or knowledge that we have acquired during this year or during this period, whatever period it is that you would like to be measuring. We seek to reflect on them. What is it that was new that we have acquired? And the question for the day is, how are you identifying areas where you need further development? Because for you to be able to answer that question, once you answer it rather, you would be able to know what skills or knowledge you need to go after. And after a specific time, because I believe that you will have applied the SMART goals, you will then revisit and reflect and see how far you've come. In fact, while we are on that, in case you haven't done it yet, start now and create a sort of Excel sheet or maybe a reminder on your phone which goes monthly, weekly, daily, where you can capture anything new that you learn, a skill or knowledge. And I'll tell you why. Because at times our time period is so stretched that things happen and we get overtaken by life that we forget to document the things that we have learned, whether skills or knowledge. such that when we are reflecting at a time like now, we can go back and say, this is how I started off in this period of time, and this is where I am now. And this is a success that I've had, and these are the areas that need improvement, and therefore they need my attention. So once again, in this episode, we seek to reflect on the new skills or knowledge that we have acquired over the past year or over whatever period of time it is that you wish to measure now. It is important that we look at the question of the day, that is, how are you identifying where you need further development? So share with us here on the thread and we'll be able to sample some of your answers. But for now, let's just dive into those 3 areas that I would like to share with you when it comes to auditing your skills. And therefore, we have aptly called this session the skills enhancement. Now, the first thing that I would look at is self-reflection and self-awareness. And if you have been following me, you will know that I really hold these 2 important, especially self-awareness, because when you have a sense of self-awareness and you actually practice it, you are coming from a place of understanding who you are in whatever environment. You are coming from a place where you have a purpose that you speak to, that you show up to. And there are certain actions that you have put down for yourself to be true to. Therefore, it's easier for you to say yes to something or to say no to something. All this would be around enriching, enhancing your purpose. So I would say that one of the first steps when it comes to self-reflection and self-awareness is that you take a moment to reflect. So start by setting aside quiet time. And I mean quiet time. Quiet time devoid of any distractions. Quiet time without any of your phones or any technology around you. Just quiet time. Uninterrupted time for introspection. Time that is going to allow you to honor that process and start thinking back. Yes, your mind will wander because it is not used to this exercise. That muscle has not been fine-tuned. But as you get into the habit, you will find that you easily are able to just step back into that quiet zone. It would help. In fact, it definitely will help if you did some breathing exercises. Because what that does is it lowers your heart rate. It brings you to that point of zen, that point of peace, that point of being able to focus on what you're doing. Even though there are some distractions, you keep on refocusing and just bringing your mind back to your reflection. You're seeking introspection. You're specific about the time and the thing that you are seeking. So right now we are seeking to know the skills and the knowledge that we have acquired over the year. And if you haven't created a journal already, this is the best time to start creating a journal so that when you hit January next year, or when you hit that new time span that you have set out, you will already start recording whatever new things that you have acquired. I hope that tip helps you. So once you're in this stage, then you need to ask yourself some very powerful questions. And I know that really sounds like a coach, but I am a coach. And okay, putting on and off those hats. Well, as a coach, I encourage you to ask yourself questions. Ask yourself powerful questions that will bring about relevant answers to your life today. How you can start from here to move forward. And the first question would be, what new skills have I acquired? And start working backwards. I have acquired this new skill or this knowledge over this period of time, and just keep on going as far back as you can. In fact, it would really serve you well if you use the timeline that you're working within. So if you're working within what kind of skills have I acquired in the last 30 days, then work back to 30 days. If it is 90 days, work back to 90 days. If it is beginning of the year, work back to the beginning of the year. And this will help you to be more structured. You would be looking at skills that you have developed, whether at your place of work, whether in your hobbies, you acquired some new hobbies over this period of time, or personal interests. And these may include technical skills or even soft skills. Now, soft skills like communication, emotional intelligence, these are things that you may think are just, normal, run-of-the-mill kind of thing. But these are skills. Not everybody is able to master communication. Not everybody is able to master emotional intelligence or mental health awareness. These are things you want to put down as skills that you have acquired over the year. And also you'll be able to see where the gaps are. What do you need to learn more about? What do you need to unlearn so that you can relearn? Because that is the beauty of life. We are evolving. And as we adopt and adapt to the situations, we find that we are getting more and more aligned with our future selves here and now. The second one is, what knowledge have I gained? You see, we have been going through a lot of books, a lot of virtual sessions, a lot of classes, and this is amazing knowledge that we are taking in. But the magic is in applying it. Applying that knowledge. That means using it. So when you read that book, what did you do about that knowledge? And using it could be something very simple. It could be like a dinner table discussion, a conversation starter. That's what you used it for. Because once you do that, the mind then digs into what you read and begins to work it out to the relevance of the situation. Whatever it is knowledge that you have gained, and now you're actually using it, and that's very powerful. So reflect on that information, the insights and the expertise that this knowledge has given you. And this could involve expanding your industry knowledge. It could involve staying updated on current events, or just diving into new subject areas. Just areas that perhaps you have never thought to venture into, but now you're using this information. Let it not be that you consume it and you just do that. That will be equivalent to having a file with information and just filing it in a cabinet and never using it. So we've looked at a question of what new skills have I acquired? What knowledge have I gained? And then third, but not least, how have these contributed to my growth? Wow, I always love getting to this point because I can measure my growth. And for those of you who know me, and I have always talked about this, from analog to digital has been a journey for me. But I can say that this has contributed to my growth for my career, for my business, for my personal growth, for my relationships. I can actually measure this growth, how I have grown over a specific number of years. Can you do the same thing for yourself? You need to assess how these new skills and knowledge have influenced your personal and professional life. Have they improved your performance at work, enhanced your relationships, or increased your self-confidence? Only you can answer that question. Talking about questions, our question today is, how are you identifying areas where you need further development? Share with us here today so that we can be able to sample some of your answers. And once again, please feel free to hit click that button of request to join, and we can have a one-on-one with you on this topic of skill enhancement as we take personal audit. Well, that's the first one. Self-reflection and self-awareness is a powerful tool that I have used over and over again, and it has worked for me. The second one is, and you already know it, it's mental wellness. Mental wellness, which now builds into my personal growth. I believe that it is absolutely essential to consider the impact of your growth journey on your mental well-being and your personal development. And we've already touched a few points under the last topic that we were looking at of self-reflection and self-awareness, where we were talking about the skills and the knowledge and how it has impacted you. That alludes to personal development. Then you may ask me, Lucy, this personal journey that I'm going on, my mental well-being and personal development, there must be a balance of sorts. How do I maintain that balance, you may ask? And I would say through, number one, practicing self-care. You are the constant in every aspect of your life. You need to be able to manage yourself. You have heard car owners taking in their cars for service. You have heard homeowners bringing in a group of people to maintain their houses. You need to also service your body, maintain your body through practicing self-care. And different activities work. Over time, exercise has helped me. Walking has helped me. Quality time with my loved ones has helped me. Maintaining my networks, the ones that impact, I purposely choose what kind of networks to be part of. Now, these activities can help you manage stress and maintain a positive mindset. Already, you are bringing in the essence of balance. Apart from practicing self-care, how else can you maintain balance? By setting realistic goals. And I have talked about the SMART framework in many of my recordings and in my teachings. Because while it's vital to push boundaries, and we do want to push our boundaries in the quest of being a better version of yourself, although it is vital to push these boundaries, you have to ensure that your goals are realistic and achievable, because then you would have burnout. You'd be pushing for these boundaries to be a better version of yourself, but it's something that you cannot sustain. And burnout will be a result of this. So set realistic goals, things that you can manage and that you would be able to work around and see the outcome. And this will be personal growth and working on your mental well-being. Seeking feedback is the third one. I'm a huge fan of seeking feedback. I wasn't a few years back. I was in Kenyanese catching feelings when people would give me honest feedback, which actually required me to work on certain areas of my life. Things I did not want to hear, so I never welcomed them in, and therefore I blocked my progress. Today, it's literally a 360-degree turn, and I am seeking feedback. I finished a training session and I will ask for feedback. I have certain systems in place that help me to get this feedback. What about you? Are you seeking feedback? Now, perhaps the more pertinent question is, what areas in your life do you need feedback to improve? Or what areas will feedback help you to be a better person? Whatever it is, you need to seek feedback. It is very powerful. So that's number 2. And number 2, as we said, was mental wellness and personal growth. Now, number 3 that I would give you as a guideline is to create a plan for your future development. Now that you know, you've done your reflection, you've looked at how it is impacting your mental well-being, you have a list, a journal, or whatever it is that you have chosen to put in. It's an Excel perhaps. Now you need to use that information to create a future plan. And that would suggest that you need to identify gaps, because after accessing or assessing your current skills and knowledge, it is that time that you know it's so rife to plan for the future. And it needs a structured approach. So back to identifying gaps. Determine which areas need further development. Be true to yourself. Be authentic in this exercise. Because these could be skills or knowledge gaps that hinder your progress in your personal or professional life. Remember, I blocked that. And it was only until I came into that awareness of how important it was that I took a step back and reflected. And that is why I'm sharing all these tips with you, in the hope that it will help you get there faster than I did. So there's identifying gaps. The second one is set your goals in a way that you were able to reach them, that they are attached to your purpose. Don't just set goals for the sake of setting goals. Have the why behind it. Why am I doing this? So you need to have a purpose. And that purpose, which is then something in the future, needs actions that have to be applied today. Develop a learning plan. Remember, in our first session, we talked about the PIPs, which is the Personal Improvement Plan. So here we are saying develop a learning plan. outline steps, resources, support that you need to achieve that purpose, to achieve that end goal. You're enjoying the journey as you embark on it and as you experience the journey. I mean, that gives you motivation. If you're not enjoying it, then there's no use doing it. It's too painful. Our mind responds to two things. There's pain and we turn away from pain. And then we look at joy and we turn towards joy, happiness. So enjoy your journey. Make it intentional that along that journey, whatever lessons that you are learning, you're going to take them into your stride as lessons, not as failures, as lessons. And then you celebrate your successes. Track your progress. Monitoring and evaluating is so important. So when we are looking at creating a plan for the future, all this is coming through as skills enhancement. It's coming through as knowledge enhancement. Because when you have a clear plan, you will see the personal development opportunities when they present themselves. Because you have a plan to enhance your skills and your knowledge. If you do not, this can just pass you and you miss the opportunity. But now that you know this, I do hope that these 3 tips are going to help you towards your skills enhancement and knowledge. But we are doing a personal audit of the year gone by, or the period that we are measuring going back. Remember, personal and professional growth is an ongoing journey, as I have said. Embracing it with a positive mindset is a commitment to your well-being. This is your choice. So take that journal now and start writing down as you go backwards, as far back as you can, as you document all the skills and the knowledge that you have acquired. No matter how small or how big, put it down. And you will be amazed at what you will see. And you will thank me later. Because as you look at it, you will see how much you have grown, perhaps knowingly or unknowingly. But now you have this information. It is something that you can always fall back on, something that you can reflect on, something you can have total recall on. If you are called on to speak about something or carry out this project or assist somebody, mentor somebody, these are things that you will be looking at. The road ahead is filled with opportunities for growth and for fulfillment. So this is definitely something that you want to be a part of. And as we come to the end of our session, as you carry out your skills achievement audit for this period, whatever period it is that you are measuring, remember, start reflecting on your year now. So create that journal. Start reflecting on it now. It's going to come into very important, beneficial evidence for you when you start next year. Because you'll have the history. Number 2, seek feedback. So whether you're getting feedback from your mentors, whether you're getting from your coaches, whether you're getting from your peers, it doesn't matter. Seek it. Be bold. Let all that positive criticism and negative criticism be turned into a gift so that you can have skills enhancement and knowledge enhancement. Number 3, develop a learning plan. Let it not go to waste. Now that you know what you know, set yourself up so that you can be able to build up on skills and knowledge for the next measurable season. Now, in this case, for the case of our sessions, we are looking at the calendar year, January to December, and this is the time when we are doing our personal audits. Well, that is all I had for you today. This recording of this episode will be available on our YouTube channel by this evening, and when you're there, subscribe, hit the notification button, share with somebody else who would really benefit from this. Our social media platforms have great tips on personal development and mental wellness. You can find us on Instagram, our socials, Facebook, our socials, LinkedIn, and TikTok as Lucy, your clarity coach. Now, the Who Am I training part 2, as I mentioned, is scheduled for October the 19th. The cost is 700 shillings. The time is 1 p.m. East African time to 3 p.m. Just drop a yes here right now or onto any of my socials, and I will personally send you the registration link. Let us help build one another. Until then, be kind to yourselves. Bye-bye now.